full of spider webs.
Or we can sing, I need a halo.
I can see your halo.
I can see.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, how's it go?
I can see you. I don't know. Halo. Halo, 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 halo.
Just think about a joke about a halo intro.
Bless you, my child.
Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Warrior Nun.
Inspired by the manga novels, Warrior Nun revolves around a 19-year-old woman who wakes up in a morgue with a new lease of life and a divine artifact embedded in her back. She discovers she is now part of an ancient order that has been tasked with fighting demons on Earth, and powerful forces representing both heaven and hell want to find and control her.
When I saw Warrior Nun, the trailer, and I did a trailer reaction for it, the trailer made me think it was going to be really cheesy, really teeny, and I was bracing myself for some there's a whole bunch of content on Netflix that is in that genre, the teen angsty hero wannabe section. There's a list,
Okay.
and I often will be shunned by some of those on the internet because I don't like some of those series. So like The Order I think is okay, but it's very teeny, angsty, and I thought the second series was better than the first, but there's a whole bunch of content like that. It's not to say there isn't a demographic for it, but it just wasn't for me. So I expected that to be this. But I have to say I was pleasantly surprised.
Yep.
It's 10 episodes and they're about 45 minutes long, although some cheat us with the 40-minute...
Yeah, or less.
Or less, yeah.
I'm sorry, can we maybe jump to the part where any of this has anything to do with me?
What would Warrior Nun do?
What do you get when you cross a nun and a ninja? A nunja.
A nunja.
So, at the beginning of this series, I was a little bit taken aback by the internal monologuing that is externally expressed. Or that we hear her thoughts out loud. And it took me a little while to get into that. In fact, I was still finding it a little bit disruptive the whole way through. I think
It's not new though, because
I know.
Zombie does it.
Loads of series do it. Loads of books obviously do it. It is a thing that you can do. But I wasn't sure that it really added anything in this. Like, obviously it let you know what she was really thinking, but it was all over her face anyway. So, you know, it felt like they were just explaining for the sake of explaining when we already presumed to know what she was
A little
thinking.
bit spoon-feeding in the exposition of the mind thinking.
Yeah. I have to admit that I really enjoyed the costuming in this, particularly the nuns. I thought that their gear, the nunjas, their gear was pretty cool looking. And especially as you progress throughout the series, this season, as you progress throughout the season, their costumes get a little bit more, they seem to get a bit more badass as you go along, as the story progresses. So I quite appreciated that. So the use of music, which made us laugh a bit, because it seemed like, for the first half of the series, it seemed like they only had like one set of stock music that they were using, which was the holy music, which kind of got used for everything, including like the first time she had sex. We're like, oh yes, not sure about the music choice. And then for the second half of the series, the music choice went even a little bit weirder. So you had, you know, this like really, really holy moment where this holy man comes walking along with his clergy processing behind him, and you've got this like, what was it?
It was like rock music?
Like
techno rock?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Okay. Fair enough. So there were a few little niggles. On the whole, I found it enjoyable. The story got much more interesting and much more complex the further you went into it. At first it was a little bit generic.
Yeah, I really like the fact that it didn't do what you thought it was going to do. It does take shape. It is very fun in the way that you feel like this could be a manga, which it is.
Yeah.
So I think whatever the translation from manga to screen is, they've done a good job. It feels like they have. I think the quirkiness of the dialogue really works between the characters. And I think that only works really well because the backstories they've given each of the nuns is incredible. I really enjoy the backstories, and you don't get to find out like all at once. They give it to you a little bit in each episode. There's a nun history. You find out a little bit about what's
Nunistry.
A nunistry. You find gosh, too many puns, man. You find out about their backstories, and their backstories really give those characters weight. So when something is revealed with a character, you're so much more invested, not with just the protagonist. And the protagonist I found a little bit one-dimensional. Once you found out like what it is that drives her, and you totally are with her, and you're happy for her to have a new lease of life, and you'll understand why when you see it. I found myself again liking the side characters, and I think they're the strongest. There's one character named Shotgun Mary, and she's fantastic. She does what you expect her to do, but she's also like the strong strength of the group. And then you have another nun that wields all types of mastery in martial arts and language, and so you have all of these nuns that are different as they should be, and they're not just generic, because some of these series they can tend to have your generic sidekicks. But normally the side characters, those sidekicks, normally take like 3 or 4 seasons for them to develop anything real, and I felt like they managed to do a good job in these 10 episodes.
Yeah. In a way, they kind of did a better job with the side characters than they did with the main protagonist.
They absolutely did, because she can come across a little bit annoying because you just want her to join the cause properly. But because she has a new lease on life, she wants to experience life first. So you get that whole, hey, I'm trying out life now episodes. There's a boy thing that goes on. And there's a character that disappears that doesn't go on. And so there's stuff that they need to experience first. Well, she needs to experience first before she really becomes part of the nungery. The
nungery team.
Yeah. But when she is there, it's very good. The martial arts itself, we were talking about, there was a film that we recently watched that I can't talk about because I'm under embargo for it, that some of the martial arts looked like they were very good, but because it was chopped up so quickly, you couldn't really see what they were good at. In this, for the most part, there are wide shots where you get to see them fight.
Yeah.
And the fighting is believable from each of them.
It really is,
They all look like they can hold their own. Not so much the protagonist again. I think she's okay, but she has to level up, and that's what they're doing with the character, which you believe. But the guys that have been, the girls, not the guys, it says the guys, isn't girls. The girls that have been trained or are really believable, like they've been doing this for many, many years, which is what they've had to be done. So I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have one negative, and it's a fairly big one. The ending.
Oh, dear.
I just want to warn you guys that I haven't come across an ending quite like this ever, I think, actually. I'm a writer, and I wrote a novel recently that has a big cliffhanger. And a few people that read my book were a little bit upset with that because they're like, how can you leave us like that?
Yeah.
This is on another level of a cliffhanger. So just so you guys know, does the arc conclude somewhat? No, it doesn't.
No.
It leaves you hanging like midway, basically through a punch.
Yeah.
And there's a hell of a lot going on, and that's where it stops. So it's not even like they finished the storyline. And
they've left it open.
They've left it open.
Yeah.
You might get some more seasons. No, this one is like, we definitely want more seasons. So if we don't get more seasons, man alive.
Yeah.
You're gonna be pissed.
Yeah. That's not to say you shouldn't watch it. You should definitely watch it. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's exactly what we need. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
I like the actors. I like the bad guys. I like the fact that I don't know who the bad guys are.
Yeah.
And it's very twisty.
Super twisty.
Which is really fun. I'm going to give this a B+.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
B plus.
There you go.
Just copying you.
Solid B plus. I can't give it an A plus because I recently gave Dark Season 3 an A plus, and I feel like if that is the level,
Yeah.
and this doesn't
Yeah, no,
definitely reach that.
No.
It's just fun. It does have tropes. It isn't genius writing, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
It is.
And exactly what you need on Netflix, like easy bingeable.
Yes, totally.
Right. Well, get your. I was gonna say get your habit, but if you don't have one, then but you could have a habit party. You could hire some outfits and then watch this.
Or just get your nunchucks.
Get your nunchucks. Oh gosh, too many puns. Right, guys, let us know in the comments below who's your favorite character when you watch it, and what do you think of this series. But most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday. Okay.